The Google Pixel Fold challenges Samsung directly with a thinner design and a hinge that's engineered to be more durable. You also get a wider front display that's easier to use and a stronger zoom camera, but the Fold's price is high and the bezels are large. The Google Pixel Fold is very late to the foldable phone party, but I am not complaining because there's finally some real competition for Samsung in the battle for the best foldable phones. And Google seems to be aiming right for the perceived weakness of the Galaxy Fold series with its debut device. Hate the thickness of the Galaxy Z Fold 4. The Pixel Fold is the thinnest foldable yet. Wish the front display wasn't so squished. The Fold's cover display has a wider aspect ratio. Google even claims that its hinge is the most durable out there based on its own raw tests. Alas, the Pixel Fold does not beat Samsung on price. The Pixel Fold starts at $1,800 which is exactly the same Galaxy Z Fold 4 costs. Also, the bezels on the foldable are pretty thick and the crease is pretty visible. I had a chance to go hands-on with the Pixel Fold and these are my impressions so far. The Google Pixel Fold is available for pre-orders starting from May 10 and the device goes on sale in June. Just be prepared to spend serious money. The Pixel Fold starts at $799 for 256 GB of storage and you will pay $1,919 if you want 512 GB. At least Google Pixel Fold pre-order deal is tempting. You can get a free Pixel watch worth $349. The first thing you notice about the Pixel Fold is that the 5.8-inch cover display is wide enough that you don't feel squished when typing to type. This is a welcome change compared to the taller but narrower 6.2-inch front screen on the Galaxy Z Fold 4. During my hands-on time, I had no problem typing out a quick message, which is good because you don't need to use the main screen to get stuff done. Open the Pixel up and you will be impressed with just how thin this thing is. It measures just 0.2 inches thick, which is thinnest of any foldable. The Galaxy Z Fold 4 is 0.25 inches. It may not seem like much, but I could see myself using the Pixel Fold more to read for longer stretches because of this advantage. It's not all good news though. The Pixel Fold weighs 10 ounces compared to 9.28 ounces for the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and the Galaxy Z Fold 5 is tipped to be even lighter. We are also not fans of the fairly large bezels around the Pixel Fold's display. The Pixel Fold seems pretty tough though. The Pixel Fold's 180-degree fluid friction hinge is designed to be folded over 200,000 times and Google says that its hinge is the most durable. You also get IPX8 water resistance. Think rain and water spills. My only complaint about the hinge is the phone doesn't seem to be fold fully flat when open. The Pixel Fold comes in two colors, obsidian and porcelain. I prefer the black since it hides the big bezels in a bit better. The Pixel Fold offers a number of usage modes thanks to its flexible design. There's a hands-free tabletop mode which positions the device just like a laptop. This comes in handy for video calls, watching videos and taking photos without a tripod, and you can use a palm gesture to snap pics from a distance. You can also use the Pixel Fold in tablet mode and Google says it has optimized more than 50 of its apps for the big screen. Plus it's working with third-party apps like TikTok, Spotify, Sport9 and Disney Plus to make sure they work well on the large canvas. Similar to the Galaxy Z Fold 4, you can run two apps side by side on the Fold's large display as well as drag and drop content between windows such as Google Photos and Messages, and there's a taskbar to more easily switch between apps which disappears when not in use. During my Pixel Fold hands-on time, I liked how I could start a YouTube video and then use tent mode to keep watching on the outside display in tent mode. You can also do the same thing with Google Meet calls. The coolest trick is yet to come with Android 14. In the future, you will be able to do a live translation between two people, with one person looking at the Pixel Fold's inner display and other person viewing the cover display. The Pixel Fold's dual display both offer up to 120Hz refresh rates and look fairly bright. The 5.8-inch OLED cover display has a resolution of 2092 by 1080 pixels and is rated up to 1550 nits of peak brightness and 1200 nits with HDR content. The good news is the Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer looked immersive on the 7.8-inch display, but the crease was noticeable in certain angles, especially since we were outdoors during the hands-on session. The Pixel Fold's front is protected with Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, while the inside panel uses ultra-thin glass with a protective plastic layer. The Pixel Fold packs a trio of rear cameras. There's a 48-megapixel main sensor, a 10.8-megapixel ultrawide camera, and a 10.8-megapixel telephoto camera with 5x optical zoom and 20x super ray zoom. The cover display houses a 9.5-megapixel front camera for selfies, and there's also an 8-megapixel inner cameras for selfies and video calls. If you are not satisfied with those options, you can leverage the rear camera selfie mode and use the main 48-megapixel sensor to snap shots by flipping the cover display out. In our short test, we can say that Google Pixel Fold's camera is better than Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. The Pixel Fold is powered by Google's Tensor G2 chip and 12GB of RAM, so you should have plenty of oomph for multitasking. There's also a 256GB of storage, although you can spring for the 512GB of version. During my hands-on time, the performance seemed fairly smooth, but I experienced a couple of bugs. For example, sometimes an app wouldn't orient properly when going from tablet mode to tent mode, but hopefully Google can work out the kinks. The Pixel Fold packs a 4727 mAh battery. The good news is that this is bigger than the 4400 mAh battery in the Galaxy Z Fold 4. However, Google doesn't have the best reputation for battery life, so we will see if it can somehow land on our best phone battery life list. The Pixel Fold supports 30-watt wired charging, which is the same as the Pixel 7 series. The device also supports QI wireless charging. Overall, I have a mixed reaction to the Pixel Fold. I love the outer display, how thin this foldable is, and the fact that Google has thought through all the ways you can use this device when it comes to optimized apps and split screen multitasking. I am also encouraged by the camera system and the 5x telephoto zoom. However, the bezels on the Pixel Fold are pretty chunky at this stage of the game, and the crease could be more subtle. And while the $799 price matches the Galaxy Fold series, it is still exorbitant.